minutes as the moderator. Praise the Lord. You are too faithful to fail me. You are too faithful to disappoint me. This is the life in my life, and I have come to realize you are too faithful to fail me. Jesus, you're wonderful. You are too faithful to fail me. You are too faithful to disappoint me. You've been your life in my life, and I have come to realize you are too faithful to fail me. Praise the Lord. Indeed, God is too faithful. Precisely on 4th of last month, my wife went for an antenatal at Irua Specialist Hospital. When my wife was pregnant, God ministered to us, and God told us this pregnancy will not be like the others. But I didn't get the information properly. There are a lot of things God told us. He says, starting from now, begin to seek me like you've not done before. I was still confused. But when the time came, God began to reveal a lot of things. I now remember what God was telling us. One of the things God told us was to seek Him. Wake up in the night. All the time. Make a time in the night and wake up and seek Him for that pregnancy. I want to say today that all my children, before I give them name, God will give me a name in the dream. God will always give me a name in the dream. I don't just come out and give my children name. But this time, God was particularly on this one. He told me that this is the house of God. I was confused. He said, this is the house of God. I was confused. The second time, he calls the name Bethel. I now went back and got the meaning of Bethel, which means the house of God. When God starts a thing, He goes extra mile to finish what He starts. My wife went to antenatal one day, and my wife was told that she won't go home. She called me on phone. She was panicking. I told her to calm down, that God is in control. He has told us that He's in control. He has started directing us. We don't need to be afraid. He's in control. The next day he was told that they will admit her. I asked, what is the challenge? They told me. The next day, I entered from Auchi to Irua. Medical doctors. Doctors said a lot of things. A lot of tests was carried out. To that extent, We are doing a scan called Doppler scan every two days. My wife stayed at the hospital for complete almost a month before she gave birth. It get to a time, doctor called me Mr. Precious. He said, we are not particularly interested about the baby. We just want to serve the mother. I told doctor, no. God have told me that both the mother and the baby will be alive. In the beginning, God was telling me that this child is special. This child is special. And this child particularly came in a special way. When the time reached, it happened. I want to stand here to testify today that on 26th of March, God added to my family with a bouncing baby boy. The tests and scan read a lot of negative things. But God, who is always positive, it get to a time, God led me to the word, his word. He said, is there anything difficult for me to do? When my wife was in the hospital, I came back home one night, I was praying. He said, I am the Lord. Is there anything difficult for me to do? He told me to be calm, that he is in charge. Indeed, the day my wife would deliver, they called me to the labor room. The doctors there said, bro, it seems you're a pastor. I said, no, I am a brother. He said, I should pray. I said, I have been praying. I know God is in control. When my wife came out, my wife testified that there were up to 15 doctors. 7 of them were singing, praising God while the operation was going on. It didn't even take up to 15 minutes. I was called that my wife has delivered. I want to tell you that there is nothing difficult for this God to do. It doesn't matter what you are passing through. That challenge might seem so difficult, so big. This is the devil telling you that this challenge is too much, it's big. But where God is, that challenge is nothing. He's the one that can take it away, and that challenge will not be seen anymore. Join your hands, wave your hands, and appreciate this God for what he has done.